maybe you received the notification or not, but today is going to be a Q&A with Miriam Kay. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today, just like a Q&A, because obviously the past, I would say even like just 2 months or 3 months, like the growth on my platforms has just been like crazy. They just been rapid. So many new people, my YouTube, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, everywhere, literally. And I am really, really grateful. And on YouTube, we're now literally, I think we're now like 1,300 or whatever is growing so far. I only got to 1K like a week, no, just under 2 weeks ago. Yeah, only 2 weeks, over a week ago. And now it's growing. I don't know, people like to call her the wrong. Yeah, so we're growing so rapidly, and obviously the new people, there may be some that they just seeing this face but they don't really like know me so well. So I just wanted to give people the opportunity to ask me questions, and I will answer to the best of my ability. And along the way as well, I'll just expand on some of those things. And I know I gave people up to 6 p.m., but clearly some people didn't. You can still ask your questions on the comment section if you didn't get, the chance to send them to me. But yeah, I've got most of the ones that I've received anyway that I'm gonna be going through. So thank you, Florence Tucker said. You are doing a great job, sis. Keep it up, keep it going. Proud of you. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you for your support, sharing and all of that, and all of you that just keep me going. Because sometimes it gets difficult, and I think that's one of the misconceptions. People always see me as a happy-go-lucky person when you see me on camera, but behind the scene, I go through a lot. I go through a lot. Besides being a business, an entrepreneur, coach, and having to run my coaching business and also my foundation. I'm also a mother of twins. I'm also a wife. I've got my health condition. I have sickle cell. I'm a sufferer. So I have to literally deal with this. It was even less than, it was just, wasn't it on, I think it was on Tuesday that I ended up, having to go into hospital, because I was having crisis, breathing difficulty. But for me, the way I do things, I don't let that hold me down for long. Obviously, at that moment it's happening, I'm frustrated, I have my plan, then like, here we go again. And most of the time it would just happen at night when my kids are sleeping, my husband's at work, and thankfully I have my family, that come through to support me, my mom, my sister, when those situations happen. And my poor but wonderful mother, that they had just come from work. She's a nurse, a senior staff nurse. She had just come from a 12-hour shift. When I called, I was in a crisis, and she had to leave to come to my house to be with the kids as my husband's at work. And I'm always so grateful for that. And I think that keeps me going. And the next day, luckily, I felt better. I was discharged and I came home. And even when I'm at home, I'm on medications, I'm on this. But one thing about me, people always like, take it easy, take it easy. For me, I have to keep going. And that is what keeps me going. I have to stay focused on things that I have to do. Everybody knows me. Any nurse, doctor, they know me. When I'm in hospital, my laptop, I have to have laptop or iPad, notebook, pen. I need those things, and my phone. I need those things, because if I just sit down and think about, oh my God, it's going to drive me insane. I will not be able to focus on my goals and what I have going on. So I don't sit down and done on it for too long, or sit down and start having even if I have a pity party, it's not going to be something that's long. Maybe a few minutes, I will cry and complain to my mom, my family, my husband. And then I get back up and I get going. That is just how I do things. So yeah, so even though I may appear all happy-go-lucky, but we all go through things, and especially as women nowadays, we have to balance so much. I still have to be hello, triple D's world review and learning. Go and subscribe to that channel, to the channels. My nephews, it's just too cute. They have a lot going on. They have even and all of that. They're doing various things. They have so it's triple D's world, and then you have triple D's world reviews and learning. So please go subscribe to them. They're doing so well. I'm so proud of them. Yeah. So yeah. But one thing I've learned is in life you have to keep going. And I have a condition that is called, it's an invisible, like hidden, disability, whereby looking at me, you would you be able to tell that just a few days ago I was in hospital now. And what happened was the night before I went to hospital, the day before, I had a meeting with my business mentor, Simon Robinson. Well, like my business kind of partner, because we've been working together. He's also my mentor, with coaching, and the networking community platform that he started, Little Meetup, and I am now the ambassador for the Elite Little Meetup and also Little Meetup. So we've been doing a lot of work. We had a meeting set for that next day, the night after I was in A&E. The next day we had a meeting. So he had messaged me in the morning, and I had messaged him like, about the meeting. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. So we're just I was like, oh, unfortunately, I am in hospital. I was in A&E. They've moved me now to Guy's Hospital, but don't worry. We still have the meetings. Like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I have my laptop with me. I have my phone. We're gonna have that meeting. But I had a meeting with my sister, who we work together with to help with our business, to mentor and coach her. And I turned up on time, half asleep because I not slept. We had the meeting, we did it, and he was just so amazed. That's just the person I am. I have to keep going. And if you take anything out of this, just remember that we all go through things, but don't let anything break you. You have to keep going. You, especially the fact that you're here right now, you are alive, you have a purpose. You matter. You matter. You are a special person. You are a piece to that puzzle. And we know a puzzle is not even if one piece is missing, that puzzle is not complete. So each and every one of us are very important. Our passions are important, because all what we have today, we want somebody's dream. The fact that you're seeing me right now, you're not in the same place as me. We have something, digital. That was once somebody's dream, who probably people thought were crazy. I'm sure when somebody said, "Ooh, I would like for people to be able to communicate, even if they're different parts of the world," I'm sure somebody's like, "What is this person smoking or drinking?" So sometimes it may seem crazy, but as long as you believe in it, you put your hard work and keep going. That's one thing. You just have to keep going, be consistent, show up, wake up, dress up, show up, and keep going. You will find the strength along the way. You will have bad days, but we all have those days. Sometimes it can be a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. Just don't let it stop you. So I'm going to go now on to the questions that I've got here with me that some people have sent. And another question says, what type of business do you do? So I am a business coach and marketing strategist. What that means is I help people, that doing like people, companies, brands that are in business, any type of industry, really. What I do is I help them strategize on how to go about things. And if they have any difficulties find ways around them. I'm not there like, oh, I know everything, but I work hand in hand with them so we can find solutions to those problems. We can find ways to help them grow, you just to get, because one thing is, it doesn't matter who you are. No man is an island. We all need support. We all need help, because you can become even more successful just by you bringing in that bit of help. So I do that. And if somebody just wants me to help them with marketing, I do that as well. We set goals, realistic goals, goals that I know they can realistically achieve. We put strategies together, what we're going to do, and I put together like an action plan that they use, which is like a map. So you step from here to here. Because sometimes when you don't have a plan, you don't have anything like that, you have the ideas all up in your head, but your head gets tired. Your head gets filled with other things. And even where you want to go sometimes, you know how to get there. You just wonder why you're not getting there, because most of the time you're going round and round and round. And sometimes you just need a map, that can just direct you. This is where I need to step from here to here to here to cross to the other side. So that's what we do. Obviously, every business will have, stumbling blocks. You cannot, those you can't avoid those, but the way we look at it is most of the time, let's think ahead. If this happens, what are we gonna do? Have, plan A, B, C to Z if you need to. So that is what I do. I help people as well with like social media marketing, digital marketing, because some people, I recently had a consultation with somebody who has a business, and business is good and everything, but she was having problems communicating with people, and some people think this is a scam or whatever. And with her, because she's trying to reach, like, she's like a supplier, so she's like retailers. So it's a B2B kind of business. And although she had a LinkedIn account, but there was one person there. So it's like, we have to build this. We have to find a way to build your connections, because you need to first build your connections, build an interpersonal relationship with somebody. If somebody that either you're not friends with, or all of a sudden they just pop up and they start sending you messages for opportunities, you're going to think it's a scam and block the person. But if that person develops some sort of an interpersonal relationship with you, and engaging in your post, they're commenting, they're liking, and then when you start it up, you open the conversation door by just asking them, how are you? Or you see it, oh, I saw this your post, I really like it, I'm amazed at how you do these things. And that person, you're able to then like open that door of communication, and then eventually then you can tell them what you want to tell them. But if you're not doing that, you're just coming and sending them a message, of course they're going to think it's a scam. So I work with people like that, just these issues that they have, so we can identify the problem and find the solution. Sometimes we may not find the solution straight away. I am not a magician. I make that very clear to my clients. I'm not a magician. I don't know it all, but I'm going to work with you hand in hand so we can find solutions to this issue, so we can get over that hump. No, that is how what I do and how I do things. I do offer consultations and all of that. So if you are interested, you want me to look, I do also like analysis. I will go through somebody's social media profiles, really look at them and see what they are doing wrong or what needs to be improved. Sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. Branding, even something like having a banner, the kind of profile picture you have, all of this, it really helps to open doors for you, to really give you that brand recognition. So all of the things where I work with people to do. And sometimes if somebody just want me to go through that and give them analysis, and then I'll give them like feedback, I'll give them feedback on what I found, like my research, and what I think they need to do, and to see how that helps them. So I do it. Sometimes it can be one off. Sometimes I work with people, on and off. Sometimes it'll be a one off. Sometimes a continuous process, depending on what they want. I have different packages. So if you are interested, message me. Whether you, even if you have not started, you're just thinking about it, we can discuss it, and I can help you in terms of like starting doing the registration process if you want to register your business or your non-profit. I also have a non-profit that is, registered. So I can help you with the registration. I can help you with all of that, letting you know, what is this? What is the memorandum of association? What is this? What is that? Just to guide you through that process of registration and making sure you know all the information that you need. I also know other people that I can then connect you with. If you need somebody like an accountant, I can then connect you with an accountant. You need somebody that is, knows the law aspect of things, I can then connect you with that. Somebody that you need to look in terms of your taxes, So I'm that kind of middle person, and I help you through that process until you start up and what you need to do. So thank you. And that question was from Vera Sharif, one of my salon YouTube sisters. Thank you for that. And she sent another question as well. She said, how do you balance work and life? My sister, as you know, it's not easy. It is not something that's easy. And there's nobody that can say, I've got it perfectly. No, it isn't easy. Even even the people that we all admire, they all have their difficulties. And as I say, as a mom, I don't just have to deal with work and balancing work and them. I have to do with balancing my health and them as well. But I'm grateful to have, kids that are so loving, so understanding, so supportive, and I also am grateful to have a very understanding partner. My husband is understanding and supportive, and we try and work things out. It's never easy. And I went from not having even a pet to having two, to having twins. And it was a big change, to my life. I went from living by myself, this young girl living, to being married, having twins. And it was all so much all within 1 year. And at the same time, I did not want to give up on my dreams. I did not want to give up on things I had to do. And I still continued. Even while I was pregnant, I still kept doing things. After I gave birth, I still kept going. Even though I couldn't do as much as I wanted to, I still kept going. And I did what I could to just keep my life, so people don't totally forget. And I remember there were times I would have my kids, right? They'll be on their swings. But sometimes the swing will stop, so I'll be like using my foot to kick one, then I'll be typing. It's like literally, I'll be like trying to type, and then I'm trying to swing the kids. I'm trying to make them entertain them, laugh. There are times that literally, like, one will be here, one here. I'll sleep in, the laptop is there. But as difficult as it was, made it work, and I'm grateful to God. Firstly, to God for the strength. And sometimes I don't know how I do it either. I don't. Now they're 4, and I look back, I'm like, wow, I didn't even think, not just me, my medical team, people, nobody believed that I was going to be able to handle, having them, twins, my health, everything else, and still be able to go on and achieve my goals. But I persevered. I did not give up. I persevered. I kept going. And that is it. There is no magic around it. It's never easy. There's no like, oh, this is the formula. Do this, do this, do that. No. Even the superstars, even Beyonce's song, the one from Black is King. What was it called? My God. When she bigger, that's the song, bigger, when she was like, I don't get no days off. I really don't get I don't get days off. I'm tired, trying to be a good wife, trying to be a mom, So even somebody like that is a superstar, and she's got all these people around to help, it is still not easy. As a mom, we never feel like we're good enough. That guilt is always there. If you're working too much, you're gonna feel guilty for doing that. If you're not doing anything, you stay with them, then you're gonna think, well, I need to be able to inspire my kids. They're gonna think I'm nothing but, that. So it's hard to find the balance. If you're working too much, then you feel like I'm not getting enough time. Then if you're not doing anything, you're home with them, you feel like, well, I'm not achieving anything. It is never, ever easy. There is no magic formula. We all have to just do what works for us and, try and find the balance that works for us. I must say, I'm blessed to even have a partner that is supportive. But not. What is wrong with Facebook? It's not that they're saying I'll be live for 20 minutes. Oh Lord, I just saw a notification that will be live. I am live. I don't know what kind of time zone Facebook is working on. Lord, maybe even send people the wrong thing because it's anyways. Yeah. So that is just how it is. That's how I try to balance things. Thank you for that question, Veronica. And I have another question from Fantasia World, my other sister from another Mr. Fantasia World. Check out her YouTube channel, go watch it. It's really good, she is such a supportive person as well. Thank you. She said, what age did you become a coach, a business coach, marketing coach? What age was it? Well, I've always been into business. My first business venture was at the age of 16, and I kind of stumbled into business. It was not even like that time was planned. Basically, it was our Easter holiday, and for me, I was always like that geek in school. I was, one of those nerdy ones. I really loved school. So during our Easter holiday, I would stay at home and just read this and all of that. And also the weather wasn't that good, and I didn't want to get sick, so I was at home. But the adventure playground opposite our house, we were passing by my sister, and I saw this poster about business like cars or whatever. And I told my sister, let's go register. My sister's like, oh my God, like come on, it's the holiday means. Oh my God, you know with books, man. Oh, I'm not going. You go. I'm like, please just come, I don't want to be there without you. So I dragged my sister there. She was 13, I was 16. We ended up going and we loved it. We were working with this lady, and basically they taught us about business plan, and we put together a business plan. We were just like making, talking about it. They were asking us, and she was taking notes. And after putting everything together, and she's like, do you know you girls can actually I think you can apply for funding for this. I really think it's a great idea. Then my sister was like, huh? Do you know where school girl? I was like, this is just something we thought. She's like, no, really and truly, like there's this grant for 16 to and over, like 16 and above, all the way to, I don't know, I think 40, whatever the case may be. So my sister and I were like, well, my sister, which was I have to keep hydrated. My sister was too young at the time to register for this grant. I turned 16. So what we did was we did it, but put me as the director, but then her as my partner, business partner. So we did it. And we sent in this application, forgot about it. I was just like, oh God, let's just do it. So this woman would get out of our way. And the holiday finished, the course finished, the seminar, went back to school, only to get a letter that we had received this grant at that time, 1,500, which back then it seemed like millions for a 16 and a 13-year-old. Even my mom couldn't believe it. So basically, I'd gone. They had a day where we go and where they give the checks and whatnot, and you also get identified like a mentor and all of that. So I went, and I remember going to the reception, and I was lost. Like, so I finally found the building, went to the reception, and the receptionist was like, "Hi, are you lost? Are you looking for your mom?" I was like, "No, I'm one. I'm one of the recipients for the grant." She's like, "What is your name?" I'm there literally, even though I dressed smart, I look like a probably school girl, a child, school child. Even my sister even looked older. I was 16, looking like a 12-year-old. So the woman was like, "Are you looking for your mom?" I could know. So finally, she checked everything, checked my identity. This woman was still like confused. Anyway, she just like, "Okay, go in." So first I went. When first I opened the door, all these people, like grown people that time for something year old, and they look at me like, "Is this child lost?" But anyways, I went, we sat down, and worked, and there was press there that was covering the occasion as well, because it was a community project and that. So they had like press there, some newspaper, whatever. So they asked everybody to talk about their business. When I say everybody just thought, "Oh, this child is going to come and embarrass herself." And everybody's talked, and they came to me. The whole room was quiet. I'm sure some people were about to get their phone ready, like, "Oh, she's about to make a damn fool of herself." I stood up. I told them what the business was about, what the plan was, what the aim, the objectives, what we hope to get. When I tell you, everybody was just like shocked, shocked. They were not expecting me to know anything. But I stood up confidently, and I said what I needed to say, so they know that I I I deserve being here. What you know talking about, and only for I didn't know this was gonna be like a newspaper and everything. Only for me to be in school. It was in the library, and people started picking up newspaper like, "Miriam, is this you?" I was like, "Oh Lord, oh Lord!" But no, everybody was proud, and we ended up getting it. So that was my first business venture. But then, later on, I went on to college. I studied business, sociology. I was really good at sociology. So I was and criminology. So I was stuck between doing business and criminology. But then criminology, I thought to myself, first of all, I can't lie to save my life. I can't even, and me and crime him, no. So I was like, the next route is business. I went on to university. I studied business. When I finished, I had always wanted to help people, because I realized when I was at uni, I had a mentor. When I was at school, I had that sister. So I always knew the value of having somebody to help and guide you. So this was something that I was so good at. When I was young, all my friends, I'm the one everybody tells their problems. So I was always good at that. At one point, my mom even told me that I'll go into counseling or whatever. But I wanted to do something that was helping people positively. Not, I already had enough of my own psychological issues. I did not need to come and hear other people. And I'm the kind of person that take everybody's problem and put it on my head. Somebody will, if I'm going to counseling, I will take all their own problems and take it with me, and then I'll be the one suffering. I'll be stressed for them. So I was like, I can't really do that. And also, I'm very emotional. Person will come and tell me their problem, I'll be crying more than them. So, counseling in that aspect was going to be it. But I was passionate about business and helping people, and I just kept thinking, how can I combine this? And that's how I started doing research, and I found out that I wanted to be a coach, a business coach, because I was so passionate about business. I love business, and I loved helping people. So, and that was after I'd finished uni that I truly went into it. And but all along, it was just me helping people for free for years. And even though my mom kept telling me, like, this is something really good, and like, nah, for years. But then eventually, I think before I had my kids, yeah, while I was pregnant, I spent all my time in hospitals. I had nothing better to do. So that was the time I started thinking that I really think I should combine this two and start helping people. So that must have been like maybe around 25. I know I look like I'm 19 years of age, but I'm not. So yeah. that's how I came about starting the coaching. And then that's confrontation. Well, thank you very much, sis. Then I have another question here. It says, who is your inspiration in life? That's from Miriam Wagner Harris, one of the ambassadors, business ambassador for the Meetup. Thank you so much for that question. Yeah. You know, my inspiration. This reminds me of the Beyonce Pretty Heart. I say, what is your goal? Something like, that is a nice question. My inspiration. My inspiration in life is to be happy. No, that's Beyonce's inspiration. Well, I guess who is your inspiration? Not what is. Okay, who is my inspiration? For me, I know a lot of people be like, oh, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. I don't know these people. The people that I know that have inspired me personally in my life. My mother, my grandma, may her soul rest in peace. She's been a great source of inspiration for me all my life, and I recently lost her. That is still hard to deal with, but I know she would want me to go on. She's always believed in me, my goals and everything. And I have so many other people, my sister, because I have seen her transition, you know, from being crazy teenager and everything to being such a wonderful mother, businesswoman. You know, she juggling 2 businesses, 3 kids, marriage and everything. And I really look at her and I'm like, she's done, she's come a long way. And my mom came from nothing. You know, she came from nothing. And my mom has managed to literally take care of like 4 generations, you know, like 4 generations. So that those definitely my mom. She's a big inspiration because she's done so much in her life and raising 3 kids as a single mom. She still managed to be educated, have a good job, take care of her family. She started taking care from her own grandma, her mom, her sisters, her kids, her sisters' kids, like, and she also has showed she also shows me that nothing is impossible. Last year she achieved her master's, which she's always wanted to do for so long. So when I see her doing this thing, it makes me have that belief that I can, and she always motivates, inspire me, you know, and all of. So I'll say, yeah, that definitely is on my inspiration. Yeah, I think people just it's not, if people that I personally know that I've seen their growth, they're the ones that inspire me. Not like, oh, somebody Oprah. I don't. You see all the stories coming out about all these people before, people be like Ellen. Now they're saying Ellen cheats. So I can only be inspired by those that I truly know, that I've seen and know their story. I've seen their transition. I've seen the growth. And those are the people that inspire me, really. And people that don't give up, people that keep going regardless, the people that keep going. So those are my inspiration. And a lot of my sisters, women, young women like myself that keep going and they don't stop, they keep doing things and really just breaking those barriers. I have a lot of those people in my life, and I'm truly grateful for that because they keep me going. So thank you for that question here. And then Tamika Martin said, how long have you been doing what you do? I think I said that already. Since the age of 16, I've been doing business since I was 16 years of age, on and off. I've had various ventures. Some have gone well, others have not. I've always still learned. And I think all of those, they help me get to where I am. I don't believe in I don't see failure as a bad thing, because when you fail, you then learn and know what success is. Yeah, so when you do failing, you kind of, it's because life, a lot of, you know, and sometimes the things that go well are those that you don't really even plan. So I've had been part of various ventures. Me and my sister had clothing line at Mickey, which did quite well, for a while. So yeah, since the age of 16, I've been doing business on off, on off. So yeah, let me see. I'm trying to see. I don't know if my own life is up to date with any comments, or any more questions. Let's see. Is there anybody that has any other question they want me to answer? I think I've answered the rest of the ones. I know it's a Saturday night, people out getting down. Yeah. So yeah, if anybody has any other questions, please say now or forever hold your peace. I'm joking. Ask now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm joking. I think, yeah, those are mostly the questions. Yeah. So what else about me? I think that is it. I've already said, besides being a mom, and besides being an entrepreneur, business coach, and all of that, I'm also a mom, a wife. I do a lot of things. I also love writing. I did a blog. I wrote a blog piece recently about leadership during the pandemic that is done so well, and people have requested for a part two. So I've just recently written another blog that talks about, like, leadership going back, returning to life after lockdown, and how your leadership is going to be tested, and things as a leader you need to do to work with your team, as we are still in these difficult times. And the way the workplace has changed forever, it will never be the same. And things have changed in the way before we were. And okay, I have a question here. It says, where do you want to, okay, where do you see yourself next 5 years? The next 5 years, well, firstly, I pray the next 5 years I'll be alive, healthy. That's one of my top things, free of pain and health issues. That is one of the things I would love to have by the next 5 years. But also, I would really love to continue to inspire others through my platforms. I want to be able to reach even more people and touch lives, inspire people, change lives. I want to see my foundation, my nonprofit, the Door Foundation, I want to see it grow. I want to see us have various branches changing lives. That's so I want that for the foundation, and be able to help countless number of people. Right now, I'm working on like a scholarship kind of that, or that I want to, on to in memory of my grandma. Even though the foundation is named after her, I still wanna honor her in another way. So I wanna continue doing that and continue to be strong, positive, and watch my kids grow, my twins grow, and see, hopefully they too can learn from, mommy, and take the positive things out of it, and not see my challenges as an issue, but something that as a family we can keep working on and growing regardless. And I want to see, of course, my brand grow. I want to have published my book, my memoir. I also want to write other like books and pieces, especially now that kids. I love reading, I love writing. I've got kids that love it as well. So I would love to do something along that line. So just writing and maybe continue coaching, of course, helping brands and growing my business, hopefully, to even more than just myself. I would love to grow it to the point where I have other coaches as well, where we're able to, as things get better, also put up like events and impact lives and give people that confidence to really go for it. Because one thing that we have seen, that in life nothing is guaranteed. Like this COVID has really, really been an eye opener. This is not even a third eye opener for us to be able to realize that nothing is permanent, nothing is lasts forever. I think now more people are gonna go into that entrepreneurship route whereby they're setting up their own ventures, because now we know your job is not guaranteed. Anything can happen. But through you starting your own venture, not only are you able to secure employment for yourself, but for others as well, because when you employ people, you're creating employment. So I think as time goes on, we're going to see more and more of that, because COVID has really showed us there are people that were so comfortable where they were until COVID came, and some of them have no jobs, and companies are going bust and all of this. And I think this is going to make us start really going and chasing our own goals, our own dreams, and going for it regardless. Also, when you realize that we always say your life is short, we don't really truly realize the magnitude of that. And I think everything that's going on in 2020 has opened our eyes to that. And I think you have to think to yourself, it's now or never. It's either you're going to go for it. If you're going to keep holding back, you may never achieve that goal. You may never go on to, put together that venture, that business, because you are so scared. People, see, the fear of failure is the biggest fear itself, is the biggest failure. Fear of failure is our biggest failure, because people are so much more afraid of failing than for them to just go for it. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? You fail, but you learn. You learn from it. And then you find another option. You find something else that works. Everything that is going on now, the phone that we see, that was not the first thing that person made. They're like, ooh, phone. We've gone through stages. Some have fallen off, but I think it's the time for us to realize that it's now or never. If you're going to sit down and say tomorrow, oh, I'll do it next tomorrow, I'll do it next year, I'll do it next week, it may never come. That next day may never come. We don't really truly think about that. We say it, but we don't really think about it and reflect on it. Now, what's the worst that's going to happen? It doesn't go well. You fail, you lose some money, but at least you've tried. At least you have learned. If a child who is afraid of falling or hurting themselves is going to take forever to walk, because in order for them to walk, they are going to fall at some point. They learn that, okay, next time maybe I shouldn't go as fast. When my son started walking, he was running, so he was constantly falling and hurting himself. But eventually he learned, I need to slow down, otherwise I'm gonna be hurting myself. So you see, it's the same sort of thing when we are so much more afraid of failing and, oh, what are people gonna think? What are this, what are that? When you're no longer here, that's it, you're gone. All what people think is not what's gonna go with you. That's not what you're going to take with you to the other side. No. What are you going to leave? At least, no matter what happens, you've left a legacy behind. Nobody's going to remember you for the Gucci bag you had, for the designer dish you have, for that. People are going to remember you because you touched their life, for what you've done, the chances you take. And sometimes even sometimes you may not even think you've achieved something or made a difference in life. But even at death, somebody can make a difference. Look at George Floyd, for example. This is just an ordinary man, you know, by all looks of it, just an ordinary black man living in America. So for him, maybe he had seen that he has not achieved anything in life. But right now, there is barely anybody that does not know. Because even in death, he's managed to make a difference, even in death. And that is his legacy. That's what he's remembered for. Nobody is going to remember now what he was wearing or what is this. No. Yeah, that's the legacy. So even in death, he's managed to make a difference. He brought people together. He united people. He made people think enough is enough. He had a global ripple effect, even at death, even at the point of death. So you always have to believe in yourself, because it's not about what people think at the end of the day. Whatever it is people thought about him and that doesn't matter anymore. What now the legacy he's known for is bringing about that change. You know? Somebody said, all right. Rika Rose says, I love this. Thank you so much, Rika. And Aminata Bango said, excellent response. And then Aminata Bango again said, words of wisdom indeed. Thank you. And thank you. You impacted me with this wisdom. You raised me to believe in myself, believe in my dream, believe that I am special, just like every other person is. And if it wasn't for that confidence you gave me to believe in myself, I might not be where I am today. So thank you for that. All right, guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. If somebody missed this, they can rewatch it, the replay on, I'm sure, on my YouTube, Facebook, and all that. Oh, before I go, before I go, winner for the giveaway last week for the live. And are you ready? Drum roll. So basically the question was, okay, last week's live, if you missed it, go and rewatch it. Last week's live for the giveaway, my 1K giveaway. The question was where I was born, not the country, the actual place that I was born. And I had some answers, and also in order to win, you needed to share my videos, be subscribed, and also follow me on my social media pages and all that. And this person that is the winner, she has been sharing and she's been supportive. And the funny thing, I did not even realize who she was. So before I announce, let me just say, so when I used to go back home from like 2008, when my mom was going with us back home, I would always go to the schools and teach and talk, because I wanted to at least, pass on some of my knowledge, what I've learned, onto the kids there and my cousins. And I used to go to schools and just teach and talk at primary school, secondary school. I always used to just give my time. Even though I was busy while I was there, I would do that. And even like people usually see us, oh, JC, but when they will see how friendly we were, how open we were, a lot of people just admired that. And I used to go and talk, and all these girls that time, be like, oh, I want to be your little sister. I want to do all that. So my cousin's friend, her family, their mom was it's very, very close friend with my grandma. She was even on my vlogs, right? So they're very close. Every time we go, she will come visit, bring something, fruit, chicken, whatever it is, And so one of the daughters, I didn't even realize it was her, but she just been very supportive, sharing and all of that. So it was after last week's live that she messaged me and reminded me that, oh, and she sent me the picture of her mom. I was like, oh my God. And she was telling me how much, I inspired her. And from that time when I used to go and just teach and all of that, not even realizing the impact that that had. And now she is doing so well for herself. She's working, in an NGO, and she's saying how much she's proud of me, but I am even more proud of her. To be in a country like Sierra Leone as a young lady and be focused and be able to go on and do something, it is not easy in that country. It isn't at all, especially as a woman. It's very, very difficult. Everything, sometimes you want to even pass. For you to even pass your exams, you have to be ready to sleep with teachers and all these things. So for a woman to be able to overcome, go on, and she's working and everything, I am beyond proud of her. She's been so supportive. I didn't even realize who she was. And she was the first one to, send in the answer. And she's always been sharing. She shares, she subscribed, everything. And we're just okay. She's telling me how proud she was. So I'm gonna announce the winner, drum roll. And the winner is Martha Jallo. Martha, thank you so, so, so much. I just can't believe all your messages you send, how much I inspire you. I'm so glad that after all those can help to teach, talk to these young, ladies and inspire them. I'm glad that somebody to this day still is able to remember that and still be able to consider me as somebody they admire, inspired, and that actually inspired them to get into the line of work that she's gotten into. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. Please send me your details so you will get your prize, your winning prize. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna let you go. And I hope this live has been all right. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your support. If you're watching this on Facebook, please don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as well. Oh, yes. So Martha Jala just said, oh my God, thank you, sis. Yes, Martha, you're the winner. Please send me your details and thank you for your support. Always sharing everything and saying how much I inspire you. You admire me, everything. I'm truly blessed and grateful. And to realize that after all these years, I managed to inspire you to be where you are. And please keep going, keep going. I know it's not easy being in Africa as a woman and that, but please keep going, keep pushing. And this is what I want to see. I want to see more of us ladies and overcoming. Let us not become products of our of our unfortunate situation. Let's not become products of our situation. We have to rise above that. Yes, this is what happens, but if you are truly determined to push forward, you will. And there are several young ladies and a lot of young guys as well that always consider me like a sister and everything. And I'm really, really glad I can inspire somebody, even if it's one person, because now as Martha has gone on to do all of these things, she's able to help her family. She's not going to end up being in that situation, where she will need to do anything just because she can. So keep going, sis. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for your support. And everybody, I'm going to leave you. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend. And I hope you enjoyed this live. I did. And thank you for your questions. And we'll see you again next week. Hopefully we will. But in the meantime, thank you. Share. And I love you all so, so much. Bye. Mwah.